4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Today, I wanted to showcase something a little bit different. I wanted to go down memory lane with you guys on the previous Forza titles that have launched in the past on Xbox, Xbox 360, and the Xbox One, and see how far we've come with customization, specifically on the wheels in the game. Now, obviously, that's a huge thing in the game is customization. Everybody wants to, kind of make their car look their own, and wheels are an easy thing to do, right? I mean, you can add your own style to it and kind of set yourself apart from everybody else. But I wanted to see how far Forza has come with the quantity and the quality of these wheels that are in the game. Now, what you guys are looking at right now, Forza Motorsport 1 was able to dig up some old footage on the channel of me going through the rim selection in the game, and I gotta be honest with you, there wasn't a lot. This was actually the lowest Forza with the lowest amount of rims. Now, obviously, it's to be expected. It's the very first game in the series, and they landed with 40 wheels on the standalone game. Now, if I am wrong in any of these numbers, please let me know down below, but I have painstakingly took the time yesterday, it was about maybe a good 3 hours going through every game, counting every single rim that every game had to offer, and it was definitely tedious, man. It did take up some time, but I have the final numbers for you guys for today, and like I said, I feel like Forza's definitely went in the right direction every single year. And I mean, every year you can see the game getting better and better. The graphics look a little bit more crisp. Everything just kind of, seems to flow as the years go on. Now, I gotta be honest with you, Forza Motorsport 2, this probably is one of my favorite games for the wheel selection. This has got to be the most soul in this game, at least in my personal opinion. Would love to know down below, but all the brands that are in here, I mean, we had some really nice work wheels that were in Forza 2 that have never seen the light of day since then. So I'm kind of wondering, are we going to start seeing some of these older wheels coming in to Forza Horizon 4? Obviously, we have that huge upgrade DLC coming in. We're going to get 41 different wheels, and I got a little theory on that we're going to touch base on by the end of this episode. But all the menu music, all the dings, right? I mean, all the noises when you're switching wheels, everything just, hits that little button where you're like, God damn, man, I remember this game, and it was fun. It was definitely a great game. I love Forza 2. Would love to know your favorite Forza title in the series. We have a lot of them to choose from, right? It's been a very long time, but tell me your favorite down below. In total, there's been 11 Forza titles that have come out with the name Forza, or Forza, whatever you want to pronounce it. I always grew up with Forza. That's, what everybody said online growing up, playing games, right? I mean, oh, you're going to play Forza tonight? Yeah. Nobody said Forza until the game developers ended up posting some YouTube videos. People got word of mouth, and it's actually Forza. But by that time, right, I mean, my brain's always saying Forza. I couldn't go back. Now, if you guys did just miss that, the work category had work VSKFs, the exact same wheels that I own on the G35. They had the Equip 03s and the Meisters in there as well too, and we have yet to see those wheels come back in the game. So I definitely would love to see those come in for Forza Horizon 4, right? I mean, that would be crazy. Moving on to Forza Motorsport 3 with 113 wheels. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but Forza 2 had 91 wheels. So if we're doing the math, they're on a good incline up the mountain right now, right? I mean, they have 40 wheels on Forza 1, 91 wheels on Forza 2, Forza Motorsport 3, 113 wheels. It's not bad. They're going up in numbers, and that's good. Now, these menus, though, even throw me back even further, because I remember Forza 3. I remember playing the demo for it, right? I mean, a great game once again, but even the menus of just seeing the different years that passed us by over the times of playing Forza. And I've put in a lot of hours on this game, but to see it like this, right? I mean, it just kind of hits you saying, I remember this, right? I mean, I know where I was for this game coming out, and I definitely remember picking this up. It was, right, I mean, Forza was just a great game on Xbox, and that's one of the things that people just don't really get of how great this game actually was growing up. There was no other game that could compete with this, and still to this day, I mean, I think Forza holds a monopoly on the market of racing games, at least on the Xbox for sure, because there's nothing else that can touch this. Need for Speed is not even comparable, right? I mean, other than that, the Crew 2, again, it's not even comparable to Forza in any way, either on Motorsport or Horizon. And it's, it's definitely the main game, and obviously it's the flagship game, right? I mean, as it should be. Now, as we're going through these wheels, we're not going to notice anything too different. What you are going to notice is a few, graphical overhauls on some of these wheels. You're going to notice some new brands coming in, like Lexani. We also had Mickey Thompson and Forza Motorsport 3 jump into the game. And obviously, they were just expanding their wheel army out there, and they've definitely done that. But I got to be honest, though, I feel like from where we've started to where we are now, we haven't got that many new wheels, right? I mean, I don't know if it's just me or not, but I'm really hoping for some big things in the game. Now, if we start from here, Forza Motorsport 3, we have 113 wheels, right? Now, this is on the Xbox 360. Fast forward all the way to Forza Motorsport 7. However many years this is, it's probably what, like 10 years fast forward. We're only at 171 wheels on the Xbox One. Now, I say only because I feel like from a jump like that, we should have so many new wheels coming in. I don't know if it's just different manufacturers not wanting to bring new wheels into the game. They're very hesitant, but I feel like if they've already got their foot in the door, how come we're not getting new wheels as these years progress from Work and from Volk? All these companies that are already in the game. It drives me crazy. Would love to know your thoughts down below on that. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of customization and wheels, right? And that's why I have such a passion for what they're doing. Now, Forza Motorsport 4, great game. This is a standalone car, came with the game, S13, bumpers removed. They did that feature late, right? It was a cool add-on that they did. Big thank you, Forza, for allowing us to take bumpers off, man. I'm just kidding, right? JTAG life, you guys already know. We've been down this road before with Destroyers, but this is definitely the game where I put a lot of the time in, and I met a lot of new friends on this game. I'm talking to those friends currently from Forza 4, still on the Xbox One, right? I mean, it's definitely been a long trip down the Forza road. Would love to know where you started, where you ended, or are you still playing? But Forza 4, though, we're still looking at the rims in this older style category. If you guys do remember, they separated the rims or wheels. I don't know if I'm triggering anybody saying rims. I always say rims, but then when I say it to other people, they get upset that I'm not saying wheels, and I want to say rims, but I know wheels are proper. Let me know your thoughts. Rims or wheels? I'm going to say wheels just for the sake of not offending anybody in the comments right now. But Forza 4, we had the big chips, the dubs and the presidentials, man. I wish they did more dub rims. I really do. I mean, we have a couple of them, but again, they haven't expanded on what they've already given us in the game. And that's been my biggest thing, is that they just haven't brought fresh things to the wheels section, which is an easy customization upgrade, so that way everybody can just look different, right? I said this before, but I can't stress it enough, though, man. That's the thing that kills me, is that by this time we're sitting on Forza Horizon 4, we should have 250, 300 rims in this game, right? I mean, I don't know, just my thoughts. Let me know down below yours. But Forza 4, though, we had 115 wheels on the game. Now, if you guys remembered, Forza Motorsport 3, 113. We had 2 new wheels come in to Forza 4, which is kind of my point, right? I mean, we had a whole year to wait for a brand new game. They brought it out to give us 2 new wheels. So it's just, right, it's a very interesting concept. They kind of just, focused on getting the next game out, working on the physics and all that stuff, and then kind of worrying about customization and, all that stuff last, I feel like. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the games are still great, and, that's why people love them, is the physics and the feel and, the soul of Forza. But, right, I mean, people just would love to have that extra step of customization, I feel, like Need for Speed and other games have done over the years of, innovating their customization. Obviously, Forza has, given us the wide bodies and different kits and stuff like that, but even going back to kind of, having the same stale items, we still have the same Forza arrow in the game since, 15 years ago. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with these wheels. I really do hope that they bring us some new, fresh content for Forza Horizon 4. I'm really, fingers are crossed for this one, but the more I look into these wheels, the less excited I get. Because if we go down the rabbit hole right now, we're on Forza Motorsport 4. The next game to come out is going to be Forza Horizon 1. Now this here, this one took us a step, not backwards, because obviously we had a huge open world game to come from Forza, which nobody expected, came out of nowhere, and they're like, you know what, we're going to do an open world game where you can bring the same cars that you see in these games, bring them onto an open world, have fun with your friends and all that, right? And it sounded great at the time, and it was a great game, right? I mean, I say at the time because the more we played it, the more we just were lacking content, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing, was that Forza Horizon 1, we had this huge innovation of, just something new, something fresh, but yet we had the same thing again, but taken away more things, right? I mean, we didn't didn't get tuning in this game, which is a huge thing. People love to tune in Forza, and they didn't allow tuning, which to me still really throws me off. I don't understand why they didn't make that a top priority when the game first came out, to have tuning out for everybody. Again, it could have been just a fact that they were working on something brand new, they couldn't implement it. I don't know exactly. Would love to know your thoughts down below on that. But the wheel list also got a little bit shorter. From Forza Motorsport 4, we had 115 wheels on the Xbox 360. Forza Horizon 1, we had 112 wheels on the 360 as well. Now do the math, right? That is a difference of 3 wheels that got taken out. And it drives me nuts. How come they couldn't add those extra 3 wheels for us, right? I mean, say with Forza 3 to Forza 4, right, we only got 2 wheels, then they took away 3 wheels, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what happened with that. But Forza Horizon 1 though, again, great game, probably one of the best story mode games to ever come down in the Forza Horizon franchise. We had cutscenes in there, right? I mean, huge things to come with this series, and obviously one of the biggest growing open world games to date right now is the Forza Horizon titles. I feel like just so much hype behind them. They're doing so many big things. They have a huge budget funding them, and that's what, you know, again, I feel like they have this massive budget from Microsoft, and yet, you know, they're not really giving us any new sponsorships that are coming in the game. I feel like, I mean, I don't know, that's just me. Obviously we've had new wheels, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. We've had new wheels since these days, but I'm just saying it's taken a long time to implement new wheels in the game. Now moving on to Forza Motorsport 5, this probably would have been the most hated Forza title in the series, I feel like, for the Motorsport series. This was the very first game on the Xbox One, and right, I mean, it was lacking a lot of content. Now this was the first time that we also had a new rim selection style in the game, where they kind of separated them into 3 different categories. The multi-piece rims we also had the sport rims, and then we also had the specialized rims at the very end. Now I think this was a great idea, right? I mean, they made it a little bit more simpler, where you can just kind of go in there and, you know, pick the 3 different categories, usually kind of memorize each category to see what car you're driving, what rim that you're going to need for that, or wheels. Sorry, I keep doing it, right? I keep doing it. Rim or wheel, right? I'm sorry, man. But Forza Motorsport 5 though, 100 wheels on the Xbox One launch. That is less than Forza Horizon 1 and less than Forza Motorsport 4. It's less than Forza Motorsport 3 as well too, right? So it's definitely brutal, right? I mean, they went through a hard time transferring their game over to the next generation, I felt like, and just a lot of the content failed to go with that, right? I mean, that was the biggest problem. Cars, tracks, right? It was really lacking content. Now Forza Horizon 2, mind you, right? Xbox One, you would think that they would have more wheels than Forza Motorsport 5. Well, you would be wrong. Forza Horizon 2 actually had 99 wheels, and I double checked that twice just to make sure, because I was like, okay, well, that sounds a little bit low, but 99 wheels, that is 8 wheels more than Forza Motorsport 2 had back in the day, right? So it's definitely interesting to see, you know, just why, you know, certain wheels didn't make it in the game. Forza Motorsport 6, however, though, this is where we start to increase the numbers right now. We had 126 wheels on Forza Motorsport 6, which is a great jump. I feel like the rims, you know, kind of got a little bit more of an overhaul. They looked a little bit more glossier. They just, you know, kind of had more of a presence on the car than the other games, I felt like myself. But you know, still though, nothing really new in the game, I feel like. I mean, obviously, if I'm wrong on any of these, please let me know down below. But, you know, over the years, you know, the rims kind of really stayed the same, other than a few different ones coming in on the Forza 7, I think it was. Forza 7 got the new wheels, or Forza Horizon 3 got some new wheels. These are some new ones right here. But, I mean, again, nothing a lot. There wasn't a drastic increase in numbers, or, you know, a drastic manufacturer increase, or new manufacturers coming in. It's been the same set manufacturers. We've had the same American racing rims for a long time. I know there's different models out there, right? I mean, I know we can get different wheels for them. I know the work wheels as well, Volk, right? I mean, pretty much every rim, you name it, we can get new wheels. Koenig as well too, right? It'd be so sick to see some new Koenigs in there. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, money talks, and I'm assuming that these manufacturers want some big money for these wheels to get into the game, and maybe that's, you know, the main obstacle that they're trying to hurdle. But we also had some really cool ones coming in from 1552 for Forza Horizon 3. That was a really cool advancement that they did. Koenig also had some new rims in there, I do believe. But this one, though, this time around, 155 wheels on Forza Horizon 3, which is a record-breaking number for their franchise. This was the first year that they actually overcame their max number of wheels, which was Forza Motorsport 6. So they actually gave us more wheels for the next game, which was a great start, right? I mean, we always want new content coming in. Everybody loved it. We had some really cool rims coming in here. Also with the rotiforms got added in, right? The rotiforms were nice, especially on some of the bigger vehicles. But I think Forza Horizon 3 though had a really good rim list or wheel. See, I did it again, man. Wheel list. I can't help myself. I grew up with wheels or rim, right? It's tough. I'm sorry. Moving on to Forza Motorsport 7 with a huge number. Again, we're only going up from here right now. 171 wheels on the game. Now, keep in mind right now, we have a lot of new ones here. Check the list. Now, we do have a weird kind of color glitch going on right now at the 50th anniversary Mustang, but this is where my theory comes into play. Now, Forza Motorsport 7, I've done the math, I've done the numbers, I've checked them twice. Everything looks nice, okay? Forza Motorsport 7, 171 wheels, like I said. Forza Horizon 4 currently to date has 131 wheels in the game. Now do the math out there. 171 subtract 131 will give you 40 wheels in total. Now I'm assuming if my math is correct, which it's not because I'm missing one wheel, okay, maybe they're going to give us the Work VSKFs back or, the Equip 03s, I don't know. Leave me your favorite wheel down below. What would you like to see come back from the grave on any Forza title? Leave it down below for that one wheel that we're going to get. I think what's going to happen, we're going to get all of the existing wheels that are in Forza 7 that have not transferred over to Forza Horizon 4 yet. That is my theory. I really hate to say that. I feel like they should have already been in the game, right? I mean, there's nothing really much to it. I feel like to bring everything from the one game to the other game. But again, I'm not a game developer. I don't know this information. I really do hope that I'm wrong and Forza will surprise us with just something new with 40 new wheels in Forza Horizon 4. That is my hope and dream with Forza Horizon 4. But at the end of the day though, I feel like we're just going to get the same wheels that have been in Forza Motorsport 7 for the last 2 years, and they're going to make it as a new wheel in the game, right? I mean, obviously it is new in the game, but it's not new to the Forza fans that have been playing the franchise since day one or, day two, whatever, right? I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about in that aspect. Let me know your thoughts down below. That is the full wheel list on Forza. I did the math, I did the numbers so you don't have to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me your thoughts down below. If you guys did see anything that was incorrect or if you guys wanted to add anything, leave it down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Don't forget to slap that like button. I'm out. Peace.